Yeah, yeah, sure. With Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ma'am. Uh,
Good morning.
so, this is the third day and the final day of this 3-day national level workshop, and we welcome you all in the final session of the day. Today we have Dr. Soumya ma'am. She will be speaking on that implementation of fieldwork activities through digital platform. So this just I'm giving a recap of the last 2 days that we have. The first day we had in general the basic issues, challenges that we are facing in social work fieldwork practicum. The second day we had Professor Devandiran sir, and we sir has nicely taken the session on different scopes and opportunities that we in social or practicum, field of practicum in the during and the post-COVID scenario. So today we will be more enlightened with your session, ma'am. So, dear participant, and also today we have Dr. Kaivale Desai sir here. He also joined today, and dear participants. So, without any delay, we are going to start the session. Let me just give a brief introduction about our ma'am, today's resource person. Madam Dr. Soumya is an assistant professor at School of Social Work, Indira Gandhi National Open University, IGNOU, New Delhi. She did her bachelor's in sociology from Miranda House and master's in social work at Department of Social Work, University of Delhi. She was also gold medalist during her time. She holds PhD degree in social work from University of Delhi and was a recipient of junior and research senior research fellowship from UGC. Prior to joining IGNOU, she taught at University of Delhi as a lecturer in Department of Social Work. She has received visiting fellowship to Shanghai Open University, China in 2014 and Commonwealth Fellowship in 2018. She has won 2018 Young Innovator Award for her paper at 32nd Annual Conference of the Asian Association of Open Universities. She has received Research Project Grant under 2019 ICSSR Impress Impactful Policy Research in Social Sciences. She has also presented, published different books and many articles in different reputed journals. Her academic and research interests include open and distance learning, tribal issues, communalism, and community organization. With this, I would like to hand over the session to Soumya ma'am. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Bijoy, for being so kind.
Please.
Okay, with your words. So, very good morning and a very warm welcome to all the esteemed participants who are with us today. At the outset, I'm very thankful and grateful to the organizers of this 3-day national webinar on fieldwork practicum for inviting me to share my thoughts with all of you. Thank you to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dean of Social Sciences, esteemed faculty members of Department of Social Work, and especially to Dr. Bijoy for inviting me. Uh, as Dr. Bijoy already pointed out, that from past 2 days you've been discussing about field work and the various challenges as well as opportunities in post-COVID times. So unfortunately, I missed the 2 days presentations by our esteemed resource persons. I'm sure you would have a detailed deliberation on various challenges and opportunities. Let's see today. I hope I won't be repeating what they've already talked about. But moving forward, we would discuss more on the digital options which are now being used by all the universities post corona times. I also belong to IGNU, wherein we keep on innovating with open and distance learning. So I would be sharing experiences also of how we are dealing with our fieldwork during these corona times. So let me share with you my screen. Is my screen visible? Uh, can everybody see my screen? Could you please confirm?
Yes,
Dr.
ma'am, we can
Bijoy,
see.
is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we would be talking about implementation of fieldwork activities through digital platform. Uh, Let me begin that COVID-19 pandemic has created an unprecedented crisis for the entire global community, not only India, and we all were grappling as to how to go about how to deal with especially fieldwork, because in our discipline, the backbone of our discipline is fieldwork, and we all were, as academics, as fieldwork supervisors, and also as students, we were quite anxious as to how we'll go about. All the schools and colleges, universities, have been closed down for a long time. Now that we've got the news that maybe from 15th October, the universities will start, though at IGNU we've started working from September 1st. Then in the urban areas where there is visibility of better internet connectivity, students were being taught through various online electronic means. We used various platforms, right, starting from Zoom. Zoom was popular initially. Then we moved on to Google Meet, and then there've been WhatsApp and all sorts of digital means we've been adopting to deal with this crisis. Then electronic means seem to be the only viable option for teaching and interacting with the students. Total dependency is there on technology to stay connected, not only for academic teaching of students, but also for other academic and administrative work. And especially the coronavirus lockdown had a strong impact on social work education in universities. And critically, it called for a rethink of the field placement, which is an integral part of any social work program, as it teaches students how to think and act like social workers. And I'm sure you would have deliberated a lot on the importance of fieldwork and how coronavirus times has had, everybody had a rethink on this crisis and how do we deal with fieldwork, especially located in various remote parts of the country. And in such a critical time of global pandemic, where does the fieldwork practicum stands, and how do we go about it? So there are so many questions in every student's mind. What is the way forward for ensuring fieldwork learning for students? And this was not only the student's mind, it was also in the supervisor's mind. For initial few months, we kept grappling as to how do we go about it? How do we plan? How do we redesign? Because redesigning a curriculum is not easy. And we all were unsure of what we are supposed to do during this time of uncertainty. We are questioning our role as a social worker. Like, what is our contribution? There were a lot of webinars, a lot of deliberations also on this. As a social worker, what are we supposed to do in this pandemic times? Because we heard about corona warriors. Were we in that list of corona warriors? So that was also one thing which we kept on deliberating, and how do we contribute as social worker? Then we were concerned, and we are still concerned, that we are unable to cultivate or develop professional skills in a world that is rapidly changing. Because we talked about new normal and how things are changing. Will it remain like this forever? Are we going to adopt digital platforms more now? Like earlier, we were little. We used to be skeptical about using digital platforms. We were more comfortable with face to face. So are we really going to change? That's time will tell. We really don't know now. Then wondering if we'll be able to complete your degree. Especially the students were quite skeptical and anxious, because at IGNO we were receiving a lot of queries from students from all over India and various parts in other international countries also, like whether how are they going to complete their degree. And this has affected all of us practically in every sphere of life, including our learning process. Now, it was not only the students who were grappling with all these anxieties. There was, in this unprecedented time, without any clear answers or solutions, we see our students trying to manage the same challenges as the fieldwork supervisors, because there have been loss of jobs. A lot of people lost jobs. Then we all had expanded home care responsibilities and anxiety regarding the personal health risk versus the professional obligations. However, our students also shoulder an academic burden related to displaced classes and lack of access to completing required field hours. So, overnight social distancing policies have changed the face of field education, requiring students and supervisors to find solutions for direct service and supervision. And there was little guidance on how to do this and continue to meet field requirements effectively. Because as supervisors, we ourselves were not very clear as to how to go about it, how to guide, how to line up. It took some time for us to understand and to see to it that the overall social work goals are met, the skills which we want to transfer to our learners, how that is being taken care of. Services which were traditionally offered in face-to-face settings have changed to virtual platforms. Just as universities have converted their classroom settings, similarly we tried to do that with the fieldwork, and we're still doing it. Learning plans have changed to incorporate remote activities for supervisors to evaluate and students to demonstrate a satisfactory level of practice. So, in a way, we can say so much of change has happened in this time. But the one thing that has remained the same is the mission of the social work profession. As social workers, we still embrace the values of service, then social justice, dignity and worth of the person, then importance of human relationships, integrity, and competence. And now, more than ever, it is time to go back to the foundation of the profession, which is enhancing human well being and helping to meet the basic needs of all people. And I thought, let us just, I'm sure you would have maybe discussed in the last 2 days deliberations about these skills. But I just thought maybe we could just try and link that later when we're talking about the options available with digital platforms, we can just correlate and see if these skills which are being talked about, of say transferring these skills to the students, when we talk about professional social work and how we transfer the knowledge, the skills to the students. What are the generic skills? Which quickly we'll just see these skills and just try and relate. First of all, NSW talks about listen to others, then eliciting different kind of information, assembling relevant facts, because they more talk about in the casework background. Say they talk about social history, then you're able to collect information regarding assessment of the case, then preparing a report, then maintaining and creating a professional relationship, observing and interpreting verbal behavior, engaging clients to resolve their problems and gain trust, and discuss sensitive and emotional subjects. Besides this, the other skills which they talk about is creating innovative solutions to the needs of the clients. So we have to now correlate and think, when if the fieldwork has started in your universities where you're placed, uh, were we able to, or are we able to relate to these in our digital platforms where we are doing our fieldwork? Are we able to create innovative solutions for our, according to our needs of the client? Are we able to conduct, need to terminate the therapeutic relationship? So is there any such kind of thing which we are doing? Conducting research is another skill which we'll talk about. Then mediating and negotiating between conflicting situations, in providing inter-organization liaison service, then interpret and communicate social needs to funding sources, public and states. Also, about when once we've talked about these skills, there are so many skills which we see in the context of India, and in the say not even when we talk about pan India, even in the context of your local district where you're working, or say in the state which you're working, in the village you're working, you learn so many skills, and you can see, you can correlate if those skills which you've been using, you've been learning, are you able to do it also digitally, which you were able to do it initially face to face. We will reflect upon it at the end of the session when we will share our experiences. Now, when we talk about the competencies of the MSW program, what are the basic competencies which we learn during this program? It is generally divided into knowledge, application, and practice skills. So, first of all, is ethical behavior, and that is the first and most important. As professionals, we need to practice ethical behavior. Then, to promote engagement in improving the lives of the poorest of the poor. Then, social justice is another very important competency which we learn during MSW program. To facilitate the student engaging in research. So that is another thing which we will discuss. How you can engage in research during this time when you have digital platforms. Then facilitating the student engaging in practice by using evidence-informed approaches. This is also very important when we talk about various, innovative ways where you've been able to intervene. You've been able to get your evidences from the field which you're working, and you further inform people. There are two ways: either you get evidence and inform the practitioners, or you work on the evidence informed approaches. So then also to effectively interact with clients, groups, families, and communities, effectively assess clients, groups, families, and communities. So these are the some of the competencies. Then to effectively intervene, effectively evaluate and monitor practice approaches with, say, individuals and groups, families, or communities, wherever you are working in whichever setting. Then engaging in policy analysis and community organizing. Now, we will quickly run through these important requirements for success in the profession when we talk about that you must have these skills by the time you finish your fieldwork of 2 years. You should be able to learn how to observe, how to analyze, and that is why you write reports. Your supervisors always guide you in your individual conferences to observe a situation. How do you observe it? How do you analyze? So these skills you learn over a period of 2 years. You're doing your content fieldwork, your block placement, your internships. Then ability to view other people's problems objectively, capacity to take initiative, then capacity to work alone, and also as a part of a team. Uh, Commitment to human justice and social justice, human rights and social justice. Very important principle of casework, being non-judgmental in attitude, then patience in dealing with people, taking up responsibility, being emotionally mature, and sensibility in determining priorities. Besides, there is sensitivity to the needs of the people. Then crisis intervention, there should be skills towards effective and appropriate crisis interventions, conflict resolution skills, and very important, reflective learning abilities. Because many a times we learn but we do not reflect. So reflecting is also very important. So now, what we now that we've built a kind of a foundation, we will talk about the options. We want you to know that there are options, there are ways you can make a difference. There are also opportunities to cultivate professional skills during this unprecedented time, uh, to restore your confidence and lead on to a path to personal and professional success. So, fieldwork, as I'm sure the two resource persons would have delved in detail about the importance of fieldwork in social work education, and also the challenges would have been deliberated enough of how we are not able to visit individual groups, communities for practical purpose. Then redesigning the strategies, and that is what we are going to talk about today. How we can redesign the strategies to enable to do this academic exercise from home with the support of the various technological options which we have available, say telephone, mobile, email, WhatsApp, etc. And regular contact has to be maintained with the fieldwork supervisor, because a lot of anxiety is also prevalent among the students. And also, we need to understand here that not every student has got a laptop or an internet facility. So there are aspects of social exclusion also which has to be understood in this context. That how we are able to facilitate every learner uh, and with all kind of facilities so that he or she can do their fieldwork. So that has to be taken in mind and designed accordingly, and the students have to be facilitated in their local situation uh, to do their fieldwork and continue with their studies. So I thought, let me give you some examples from how we revised our fieldwork guidelines owing to this COVID-19. In the month of May, we published these guidelines on our website, and we advise our students to go about doing fieldwork based on these revised guidelines, because it was not possible to go into the field or to do the exactly assigned works which is designed in the fieldwork practicum for them, and they are provided with a fieldwork journal with a lot of detailed activities. But we redesigned as to facilitate the learners, and I would just would like to discuss that, and maybe that later we will also share your experiences, wherein we would want to know exactly how you did your fieldwork. So we have a course called DAFE, which is a diploma in family life education. And there the student was given this option of doing a small project work based on data collection. And the options were like wherever they can get the secondary source of information, either from the websites or e-library. Report, there are a lot of reports available, then journals, books, blogs, open educational resources. So these were the options given to them to do a small project based on data collection. The second option, because as I said, that not every student has the facility of accessing all the internet facilities also. So there were different options given to learners, whichever was applicable or whichever was suitable in their case, they could adopt it and do it. They could do a case study of an individual or family. They could do a case study of an institution in their locality, then survey report of healthcare facilities in their block, district, or town. And all this was based on the online facilities which were available to them, or they could call up. They could also collect information telephonically. Then, if they had, say, a report of an exposure or a field visit, this was when, if they were not able to go, there were some areas which were outside the containment zones initially. So they could maybe go to the nearby area where, say, some activities of COVID was going on. If they were in the containment zone, they could also see visit the websites of different NGOs and see what are the activities they are doing, and they could prepare a report based on that. Then to see the directory of local non-governmental organization, a write-up on a relevant topic with appropriate references, say based on any topic which is relevant to social work, they could do that. The fourth option given was a report of a community organization program on health-related issues. Then they could develop an awareness package through an innovative intervention strategy or method. The sixth option was given as preparation of an educational kit or aid. Seeing, referring to all kind of resources which are available online, they could prepare a educational kit. The second program which we have is a certificate program in social work and criminal justice system. And this is a certificate program. In that, the students were given the option of, because all these programs have fieldwork. So that is why I thought I would discuss the fieldwork options given in various programs to give basically ideas of and options what is available to the students, or even to the different faculty members. They could think innovatively of planning the fieldwork in the days to come. Then exploring the internet and making a list of any 5 agencies working in the field of criminal justice system, say an observation home, special schools, then Nari Niketan, welfare boards, beggars home, etc., and documenting their nature of work. Then to highlight the role in addressing the problems of children, women, and other stakeholders. So this was the task given to the students who were enrolled in certificate in social work and criminal justice system. Uh, we have another program called BSW. So in BSW, there are 3 years, and all the 3 years students have fieldwork. So first year students were basically asked to explore the internet and make list of any 5 NGOs or agencies or community settings, whichever was feasible to them, through say agencies working with women, children, aged, etc., agencies working in the field of education, health, potable drinking water, sanitation, etc., and documenting their nature of work. And besides this, this were general common task which was given in every year. And besides this, they were given highlighting the role in addressing the problems of children. These NGOs, which they were making a list of, they were asked to highlight the problems of children, women, and other stakeholders after documenting the work of these five NGOs. In the second year, students were asked to do the same activity initially to make a list of five NGOs working in a different area, which they have done in the first year, not that same area, but a second area they could choose. And they could highlight their role in addressing the problems of children, women, and other stakeholders. And besides that, an added work was given to them to explore the internet and document one case study. It could be a successful case study, it could be, say, a challenging case study where uh, there were the results maybe would not have been very encouraging, but at least a practice was done. In the third year, besides the two work of making a list and highlighting their role. The third task which was given to them was exploring the internet and documenting one social action event. If they could get a social action event happening in their area or in any area across India, which is available on the internet, they could document that and understand the various aspects of social action as a method. Now, coming to the fourth program, which is MSW program, and here the student has concurrent fieldwork in the first year, then block placement, and in the second year, the student again has concurrent fieldwork and internship. So, in the first year, students were asked to document the impact of COVID-19 on the various aspects of people's life. That is the impact on elderly, it could be on children, it could be on women, critically ill patients, migrant population, etc. Whichever was access say relevant to a student in their particular area, they could choose the population and this was based on newspapers, online news, because student has access to internet. So then it was given option of doing it also on based on newspaper articles, or if they could listen to news on the television, news bulletins. If they had access to internet, if they had laptop at home, they could do online data collection wherever it was available. We asked them to develop a Google form and do a data collection on the impact of COVID-19 and document it. Also, they were asked to do this task of how to improve post-COVID-19 for the various vulnerable groups. And they were asked to suggest ways as a social worker, what innovative ways they could think of in building back life in a better way. So this was the task which was given to the learners in the first year in their concurrent fieldwork. And they were asked to do these tasks over a period of 45 days because the number of hours has to be also taken into mind. So accordingly, they could choose their number of respondents with whom they would collect data and document it for 45 days of period. Then in the block placement, they were asked to document the impact of COVID-19 on the life of a student because say if a student could be student from home, a college going student, a distance learner, anybody. It could be based on telephonic monitoring, online data collection, uh,
Hello. Just to wait. I think there is some network issues, so our resource person will join again. Ma'am is there. Dear participants, please stay a few minutes. There are some network issues, so our resource person got left, so she will join again. No, I think there is severe network issues. I try to contact, so but she's unable to join for a few minutes again. She's just trying, huh? So it's a request, please bear with us for a few minutes. Uh, it's a request to all the participants. See, due to these severe issues. So we can take at least a break for 10 minutes. If you don't mind, let's from 12 we will rejoin again. I'm trying to connect with the ma'am and as soon as possible she joined, then we will start exactly from the 12. Thank you.
Was I? I just saw that I was offline. So by what time was I offline,
Hello, ma'am.
Dr. Pijot?
Yes, ma'am. It's been
Uh,
10 more than 10 minutes, I think. So we are
really?
yeah, we are just trying to contact you.
Oh my
Yeah,
God! And
you you got
okay, okay.
disconnected, and then after that I thought of giving 10 minutes break because I was just trying to connect you.
Oh my God! And I went on and on and on.
Oh,
I
so
kept on speaking. I didn't realize, and that is why my mobile was on silent, and I kept on speaking because on my screen I was not able to see if I was online or not because my entire screen was the
okay, okay,
presentation.
ma'am.
Oh my God! Okay. So what do we do now? Should we just discuss because I don't know where was the last slide which was visible.
Ma'am, just a minute. I'm just
Yeah. Otherwise, we could just discuss maybe.
actually we the last slide we were discussing the MSW, the fieldwork patterns and all that.
Okay,
Block
so
placement and all.
lot of thing has happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what should we do? Should we go back, or if there's no time, we can just discuss maybe in the larger group what everybody is doing regarding their fieldwork. What do you suggest?
Okay, if you don't mind, ma'am, just briefly, can you give a recall of that so that participants will get a brief idea on that?
Sure, sure. I'll just share my screen and then we'll start. Uh, okay. Is my screen visible? No, not now. No. Okay. Otherwise, let that presentation be there. What
Okay.
basically see what I was talking about is I was I was giving a lot of options. Maybe I can share that PPT and that can be available to the participants because I really don't know the internet connection.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
is my screen there visible to everybody?
Just wait, ma'am.
I'll just connect from my internet from my. Yeah, yeah, sure.
It's not visible, ma'am. Again, you just yeah, no, Ma'am, yeah.
Am I now connected?
No, ma'am, screen is not visible here. It's your present. Yeah, now it's okay.
Okay. So basically, because see, maybe we'll not go back to everything, whatever, because now I think there's less time also, because I am also interested to listen to other people's stories, what they've done and how they've gone, in this pandemic time, how they've done their fieldwork. So maybe we will just talk about like what the crux of the entire thing was that I was talking about the digital options which are available to students at the micro level, at meso level, and at macro level. What students could do was uh, what we talked about different curriculum, like there were different programs in which how we designed fieldwork. That was what I covered in MSW counseling program, how the students were encouraged to do telecounseling, to document the pros and cons of telecounseling with advantages and the challenges which they faced. Then the various other digital options which are available to students. Uh, it could be creating educational videos, maybe to disseminate information, making use of YouTube to say promote COVID-19 emergency response plans or the safety measures they can talk about, and they can publish those 2 3 minute videos on YouTube. They could use social networking apps to create social awareness among, say, adolescent population or geriatric populations. They could also volunteer at community services which are available in their area. Earlier, food distribution was there happening at many localities. Right now, I don't know if it is still happening, but they could do a research, compile list of COVID-19 community resources. They could use social media content to do information sharing, to disseminate different information. They could participate on a chat line to provide emotional support and coping skills to individuals. Uh, when we talk about could level interventions, they could first understand how to how state policies are made on emergency preparedness, and how the different NGOs help in creating a COVID-19 policy for the field agency. They could understand that. They could do a research, they could make a research proposal for, say, a research grant in response to the pandemic. A lot of research grants are available now in response to COVID-19. They could do that. They could also prepare advocacy materials for COVID-19 response to local state officials to help them. So all these are the macro activities which they can involve. So there were 3 sections of understanding the digital interventions. One was at micro level, what the students can do, at the macro level, and at the meso level. And they could organize a support community drives for needed goods and services, and they could or initiate a social marketing campaign. So all this are various options which are available to students of exploring fieldwork through digital means. So now, since we've lost so much of time in due to the network issues, what I was also interested was to understand how the students are doing their fieldwork now in their areas, because there are so many students also. Then there are fieldwork supervisors. So it would be great if we can listen to the success stories or challenges which they are facing, which as supervisors you're facing, or as students you've faced or you're facing, how you are doing your fieldwork. So let us talk about that, and then maybe we can just have a round of questions or discussions if anybody has anything to ask. Yes, Dr. Bijoy, over to you. If you could have a discussion. wherein I would want the participants to share their experiences of fieldwork, what they've been doing, how they've been doing, how did you as a university design fieldwork in this time, or there must be people from other universities. So let us listen to their stories.
Yes, ma'am. That's fine. So I would like to invite participants. If you're queries for doubts, you can also sharing your fieldwork experiences in this situation and what are the initiatives that different institutions or your university institution is taking. So it would be better, and it's a platform is a good opportunity for a discussion. I think so. Ma'am has given a good opportunity, so at least we can share. There are a number of participants, even also YouTube. Ma'am, we have also went to that YouTube live of so the
Okay.
participants are also there.
Okay.
So yeah, but here from the Google Meet, those who can you can unmute yourself and we can have a discussion.
Yes, that will be great.
Students, even also other faculty members are also there from the other universities, institutions. So I invite you to all in this open discussion.
Yeah, let us talk about how each one dealt with this pandemic situation and how, as individuals, we devised our own with innovative ways in our local communities. Like I was sharing what at IGNU we did with our fieldwork, how did we design our revised guidelines. So I'm sure every university must have designed revised guidelines, and the students would have been doing their fieldwork. So let us
Yes.
share the experience
Yes.
with.
Dear participants, it's not that only our resource person will speak. It's kind of workshop. So the final day we can also have some discussion as ma'am is there. So, ma'am, just few queries. Not
Yeah.
queries like once I just want to share, and uh, we are also practicing virtual placement for the field work, and
Mhm.
also trying to engage the students in the that is online fieldwork practicum. So a few students are there. Even we have applied, and there are two or three organizations now. They accommodate our fieldwork. So that
Okay.
kind of program they are having now. No, they have to conduct
Mhm.
a virtual awareness program for the youth, those who are having access to the devices. But
Mhm.
in the same time, this what we feel that like we are talking about our methods, social work methods like casework. And yesterday also the Bandinans had nicely means pointed out few of the important issues and that how we can introduce these things in the community settings with the individuals. But when the kind of awareness program that we can do with the youth, those who are accessible with the device means technology and the devices. But the same things like how, would it be feasible to implement such practice in the community setting? Like I mean to say that through the digital platform means how it would be means what would be the best practices if I say. Am I audible, ma'am?
And there's, I think, a lot of issues with the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
It is in the university. I don't know. There are some issues with the internet today. So I'm losing connection every now and then. Yes. So please continue. You were sharing experience.
Is it clear, ma'am, now from your side? We can't hear you.
I think that is better because I think there are issues with the internet today. So I'll just, because I tried connecting with my mobile network also hotspot, but there are issues. What I'll do is maybe I'll take the call from my mobile. I'll connect from my mobile. Yes, Dr. Bijoy. I connected with my
Okay,
mobile.
ma'am.
I think now
Yeah,
you're audible.
yeah. Now it's fine, ma'am. Hello.
Created. Yeah. Can you
Yes,
hear
ma'am.
me
Yes,
now?
ma'am. We can hear you.
Yeah. So I think I should have stayed at home maybe and taken up this because at office there is some issues with the internet
Okay.
and
Yeah, this is one of the.
we have started. We've started coming to the university since this month, so we have this roster of every alternate days.
Okay. Okay.
50% attendance on one particular day and another 50%. So today was my day to the office, and that is why I decided to come here. I thought the internet will support me, but somehow,
Okay. Anyways, ma'am. So we will for discussion we can wind up the session after.
yeah, yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah. So participants, no any comments from you or any discussions like kind of sharing if you want from your personal views regarding experiences of your fieldwork, the kind of challenges that you are facing during this COVID situation. At least if you discuss, if you share your points, so we can discuss like uh, certain kind of solutions, or if not proper solution, we can go for alternatives. We can find the
True.
alternatives.
Sure. Nobody wants to speak.
Okay, ma'am. Then I don't think they have any doubts and all. So it's really a good opportunity for us that we Uh, these 3 days, we had a good time with all the participants and all the esteemed resource persons. Uh, and the issues, network issues are always be there as in the digital platform and all. But still, we have to overcome all the issues. And you have nicely that you have mentioned and no, oriented
Okay.
us with the important parts of that digital curriculum that IGNO is offering, that and how we can also introduce all such practice in our academic activities in our universities and institutions. Means other universities can find out certain models from the that is IGNO, how it is introducing the learning in the distance mode and also that. So, ma'am, we are really grateful to you for your this wonderful session, and we would be sharing other uh, thoughts with the participants. And if any doubts and all, then we will like to share with you through email on, or if possible, we can have a discussion later on. So, ma'am, thank you very much. And if I would also like to request you to for stay for a few minutes. We will have a short validity session here because it
Sure.
was, yeah, it was
Sure.
our as per schedule. It was from 2 o'clock, but our all means the administration officers, our deans are, and also that the register all are busy with the academic council meeting. So that's why we had to cut it short. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Bijoy. And I'm really apologies from my side
Yeah,
that there were a lot of internet issues and we couldn't have the deliberation the way
yeah.
I
This is
thought maybe we could. But definitely, I hope for a more fruitful deliberation some other time because somehow the internet played a havoc today. But
yes.
definitely, it has been a good experience, and I would have loved to hear from the participants their views also. But maybe today they are a little inhibited to speak. But definitely, and I'm sure these 3 days deliberations would have helped them, would have made them reflect on what they are doing and how they can further uh, plan or think about having digital, using these digital platforms in a more effective way. Because this is going to continue for some more time when we can visit the community the way we were
Yes,
doing
yes.
fieldwork traditionally.
So now I would like to
So,
invite our program coordinator of the program of psychology, Dr. Manjusa Dekaseka ma'am. Uh, Manjusa ma'am, I would like to request our Manjusa ma'am, please address with her welcome speech to the gathering. Unmute, ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Dr. Bijay. And on behalf of the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, first of all, I would like to welcome our respected Dean, Dr. Chandrakanta Gogoi, sir. Then I would like to welcome our Associate Dean, Dr. Minal Kanti Dev, to this valedictory function. And the most important persons of this workshop, the three resource persons. Uh, I would like to call out their names in order of the day of presentation. Dr. Kavalya Desai from Assam University, Silchar. I would like to welcome you, sir, to this valedictory function. Then I would like to mention the name of Dr. Shinathambi Devandiran from Mizoram University. Welcome you to this valedictory function. Then Dr. Somya from IGNO, I welcome you, ma'am, to this valedictory function. Uh, my colleagues from the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences and also from other departments, and our esteemed participants from different parts of the country. I wish to welcome you all to this valedictory function. And students, last but not the least, the students who have participated in this function, I would like to welcome you to this valedictory function. Thank you all. Once again, I welcome you all to this function, and I would like to hand over to Dr. Bijay. Over to you, Dr. Bijay.
Thank you, ma'am. So I will just present a brief report to all of in front of all of you that what we have activities in 3 days we have gone through. So our theme of the workshop is challenges, opportunities, and prospect of fieldwork practicum in social work during and post-COVID scenario. So it was started from the 29th September until 1st October. So day one of the workshop, it was started with the inaugural session. The 3-day workshop has started with a brief inaugural session with the presence of Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. N.C. Talukdar, as the president of the session. That started with a welcome speech by Honorable Dean of Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, Professor Chandrakanta Gogoi sir, followed by a vote of thanks given by Program Coordinator of Social Work, Mr. Manimukta Mehdi sir. Then we moved to the first technical session. The first technical session was covered by Dr. Kavalya Desai, Assistant Professor, Department of Social Work, Assam University, Silchar. Dr. Desai has nicely articulated and presented diverse challenges that the institutions, organizations, educators, and the trainees facing in the reality of the fieldwork practicum or on fieldwork practice in social work. He has narrated some of the indigenous practices and challenges those are facing by the profession. Some of the important issues that we captured from this from his session, such as structural challenges, we can say, a location of the institution, trainees and supervisor ratio, concept of generic versus specialization, then the format of evaluation of fieldwork, selection of proper agency settings, and whole session was carried out with a short discussion, and we ended on the day one. Day two started in the 30th September, the session by Professor C. Devandiran, Head Department of Social of Mizoram University. Sir Devandiran started a brief introduction about the component of fieldwork in social work, that specifically focused on various scopes and opportunities for the social work trainees and educators that we may get from the experience of such pandemic situation. His presentation has highlighted issues like close down of educational institutions, the existing real-life situation, rural-urban dividation, rich-poor dividation, and specifically the issue of digital device and access to the internet in the remote and area specifically, he tried to relate the northeastern states and with the and with certain suggestions. Day three was started with the session started by Dr. Soumya Mem from Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi School of Social Work. Here we could learn about how the different, the platform, that digital platform we can avail, how we can go with the field of practice in digital platform. For example, we can share the webinars, we can conduct webinars, online platform, counseling, virtual counseling, or certain teaching aid kits that ma'am has pointed out, and other kind of discussion, virtual placement on all. Some of the outcomes of this, workshop, I would just like to mention that what uh, outcomes we can or that can be implemented. Need proper discussion among the institution to exacerbate existing fieldwork education. Adopt new instructions, that is restructuring the module of fieldwork witnessing the pandemic and for future references. Possibility in taking field projects, then fieldwork ethics in accordance with the COVID-19 protocol. Online internship may go with the suitable and accessible technology and devices. Virtual field placements to be implemented or oriented. And specifically, it's also mentioned by Devandiran sir that school laboratories should be implemented by the schools of social work institutions for having counseling rooms with access of services. Then consultation, case study reports, telecounseling would be one of the best practices to introduce conventional method of practices. Practice of social work methods, specifically the nature of case work with teletherapy, telecounseling, or virtual counseling can be considered another best practice methods for introducing fieldwork in new ways. So with this, this is the sum up and this is the report of this 3 days workshop. And with this, I would concluding the presenting the report. And as we have very limited guests here today, so we will be we are directly going to the concluding session. And I would like to request our uh, Associate Dean, Dr. M.K. Deb, sir, to address the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Das. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are absolutely able.
A very good afternoon to the speakers of the workshop, our Dean of Social Sciences, Head of the Department, colleagues, and all the participants. It is a great pleasure indeed for me to propose the vote of thanks to the national level workshop on fieldwork organized by the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Dr. Kaivalya Desai from Assam University. I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Professor C. Devendran, Mizoram University. I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Dr. Soumya, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. All the resource persons spared time from their busiest schedule to grace the occasion. Thank you all the resource persons for your very and thought-provoking addresses. I sincerely thank to Professor N.C. Talukdar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Assam Downtown University. I sincerely thank to Madam Gariyashi Datta, our residential trustee of Assam Downtown University. I sincerely thank to Dean of Studies, Professor Vandana Datta, Assam Downtown University. I would like to thank Professor Chandrakanta Gagoi, for providing encouragement at every point of time in our university of this great event. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team headed by you. Without your support and encouragement, it won't have been possible to take the initiative of organizing the workshop. I am obviously thankful to our Honorable HOD, Professor Lanu Devi. I would like to take the opportunity to thank my colleague, Dr. Bijoy Das and Mr. Manimudho Medhi for taking such initiative. I would like to thank my colleagues, Mr. Parthapratim Sharma, Mr. Rajgun Handi, Dr. Asha Sharma, Dr. Suparna Bhar, Dr. Manjusha Deka Saikia, and other colleagues. Let me express our sincere gratitude and appreciation to the IT cell and marketing section on behalf of our Department of Humanities and Social Science. I once again thank everyone whose contribution has made this event a successful workshop. Thank you, Dr. Vijay Das. It's over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. So, with due permission from our resource person, even also from you, sir. So we may conclude the session and we may conclude the program here. Ma'am, Soumya ma'am, thank you so much for your valuable presence here in this workshop.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the faculty members, the Dean of Social Sciences, to all the esteemed faculty members of the Guwahati Downtown University. Thanks. And once again, I apologize for the internet inconvenience which we had today, some disruptions, but I'm sure we have had a fruitful discussion in the 3 days of this national webinar. So thank you to one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay, all our esteemed participants, from on behalf of the organizing team and even from personally from my core of heart, I would like to thanks all of you for your support, and then you have given your valuable time also, and you beared us with these technical issues, and for this really apologize and we're sorry for this inconvenience, and hope to see you near future, and or such kind of workshop, and we will love to organize if you are interested to participate more. Thank you so much.